kind of in a defensive mode. So we fought them because of we want to defend ourselves, not that. Rather, they came to us.
War of survival.
Yes, we are fighting for survival. Because when somebody came to you to fight you, the only way you will remain is to make a defense.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he finish you up. So that's exactly the situation we were in 1967 and till 70. And even when they said that the war has finished, the war didn't finish. They continued to kill us, even till date. So I welcome everybody that are here. And these things in the election now. I got in 2 minutes silence.
Yeah.
PT, because you know something coming. PT, you want to go PT, I hope I'm going to go. Lieutenant Captain. PT and WO. Warrant officer.
Coordinate. Yeah, so we don't get into some confusion. So what happened to us has a lot to do with even what we are seeing today. Because during the war, should I say after the war, when they wanted to stop the war, they told us that there is no victor, no vanquish.
All right.
But everybody the truth, there was victor and there was vanquish. So, and they said so because they saw that if they allow the war for a few months, we will win. Biafra will come. So they tried to stop us because of those in Britain. They know what they were doing. So, and that war was like that. So till today, they are still killing us. If not because of our leader who now created ESM. I wouldn't know what will be our situation today. Maybe our people are lost on all. Because for the channel anymore here can and actually posting in our Raposha Haga they were even coming to the houses. So because of this I get a minute silence for those our heroes and heroines, our fathers, our mothers, and some of them, our grandfathers, the children that died, that the zoo called Nigeria massacred in order to take over our land. They are still fighting. So from now we count 1 minute for them as a sign of respect. And we will say that we want their souls, their spirit to continue to fight even in the spirit for the liberation of our land. Now we start. May the souls of the departed continue to fight even in the spirit against our enemies. In Chukwukabiama's name.
It's
I go to our national anthem. Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. beloved homeland, our brave heroes. We must defend it right.
Rich, beloved land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our house from our foes. What if the price is death for all we hold dear? Then let us die without a shade of fear. Hey, Biafra, Biafra, forsake the nation. Oh, fatherland, this we are so blessed. Defending thee shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood, we count a privilege. The waving star, that which we golden thread, shall always be our flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and to cruise sable unscratched we pass. When we are poised, the wood of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets take their glorious song of victory, score all might and wrong. Oh Lord, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to heed the humanist call, to give and not to count the cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this claim a land of righteousness.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Fellow Biafrans, we are gathered here today for Biafra, the 30th day of May 2023, to pay a befitting Biafra memorial service and the journey of remembrance, to not only honor our heroes, but to ask the Almighty Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, to grant their spirit eternal rest in His kingdom. It is our custom through the ages for Biafrans to pay their respect to fellow departed Biafrans. Our thoughts and prayers are with all families whose loved ones, father, mother, brothers, sisters, uncle, aunt and husband, wife and children, even unborn children, nursing mothers and many more, were killed during the war and being killed till today, being maimed, beheaded, massacred on daily basis by the Islamic jihadists in Nigeria, and also all Biafrans who have died fighting for what they believe in. People like Ikonso and some other Biafrans that have fought gallantly to defend our land.
May their soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Sir.
And at this moment, we invite every family and friends to remain coordinated for the memorial service and journey of remembrance. We remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow.
Sir.
We remember
We remember.
Major General Johnson Thompson Omonakwe Aguiyi.
We remember.
Colonel T.C. Onwategu.
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Ejike.
We remember.
Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu.
We remember.
Captain G.N.E. Ugala.
We remember.
Major C.J. Anuforo.
We remember.
Major D.O. Okafor.
We remember.
Second Lieutenant A.D. Mbadiwe.
We remember.
Lieutenant A.D.C. Ebuna.
We remember.
Captain A.L.O. Okoro.
We remember.
Captain A.O. Ebet.
We remember.
Major B.E. Naman.
We remember.
Major Christopher Emelufong,
We remember.
for their dreams left unfulfilled and their lives taken too soon away from us and the humanity. We remember.
We remember.
And may their courage be our inspiration and strength. He said,
Sir. Sir.
The souls of the righteous are in the hands of Chukwu Kabiam. And there shall be no more torment touching them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and the departure is taken from it misery. They are going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope fully of immortality. And having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded by Chukwu Kabiam,
Sir.
and found them worthy for himself. To remember our brothers and sisters, our fathers and mothers and children whose sacrifice kept the dreams of Biafra based on truth, love and justice alive. Captain Chukwu Eke, we remember them.
We remember.
Remember.
Lieutenant E.C.N. Achebe,
We
remember.
Second Lieutenant E. Ubonnaya,
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel G.O. Okonweze,
We remember.
Lieutenant G.O. Mbabie,
We remember.
Captain H.A. Iloputaife,
We remember.
Major I.E. Akanem,
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel I.C. Okoro,
We remember.
Captain I.U. Idika,
We remember.
Major J.I. Obienu,
We remember.
Major J.O.C. Ihedibo.
We remember.
So may their courage be our inspiration and strength. He said, fellow Biafrans, we are called upon by the most solemn admonition to uncertainty of human life and inevitability, termination of all earthly pursuits. For we gather to pay a last farewell to our heroes, the brave men and women who died that we may live. These last offices and honor paid to our dead provide us an opportunity to express our sense of loss and to offer a tribute to their memory, while they enable us likewise to bear witness to our belief in the immortality of the soul. For life cut short and vision unrealized, we remember Lieutenant J.D. Uveziere,
We remember.
Lieutenant J.U. Uba,
We remember.
Captain Jonathan Egere,
We remember.
Lieutenant K.D. Warrior Bo,
We remember.
Captain L.C. Dilibe,
We remember.
Major Obi, we remember. Major O. Isong,
We remember.
Captain P.C. Okoye,
We remember.
Second Lieutenant Pico Onyeneho,
We remember.
Second Lieutenant P.D. Ekediyo,
We remember.
Lieutenant S.E. Onukwe,
We remember.
Captain S.E. Mwadwabum,
We remember.
Major T.E. Nzevu,
We remember.
Lieutenant P.O. Ibik,
We remember.
Captain R. Abazwe.
We remember.
We are imaginary. We're using an imaginary candle anyway to raise it up, facing the east. We say, may their courage be our inspiration and strength. He said. Yeah, but it's a light then.
In particular, they remind us that our lives are to be lived in accordance with divine providence and ready to lay it down for the cause of Biafra and the salvation of humanity. That we are diligently to work while it is yet day, so that when the call comes to lay down our tools, we may be found ready to enter into the kingdom of Chukwuka God, where in his light we shall see light. We remember the falling of our Biafran armed services. We remember the victims of terror and tragedy. We remember the millions of defenseless women and men and children bombed in the markets and strived to their death in the schools and the hospital by Soviet MiG and piloted by Egyptians. We remember them. We remember W.O.I. Elijah Anosike. We remember. Sergeant Ewom Ejiogu.
We remember.
W.O.I.I. Ndarake Oya.
We remember.
Sergeant Davison Njoko.
We remember.
Sergeant Slivanos Ezuku.
We remember.
Sergeant Ivan Jim Udo.
We remember.
Captain Pius Dike.
We remember.
Captain Michael Akudike.
We remember.
Captain Johnson Agu.
We remember.
Captain Gabriel Okezie.
We remember.
Sergeant Mbanefo Lawrence of Rum.
We remember.
Imaginary using the candle lifted up, raising it, facing up the east. And we say, general response by all, may their courage be our inspiration and strength. In Chukwuka Beama's name we pray.
He said.
He said,
while we sorrow for our loss, let us lift up our hearts in thanksgiving for their sacrifice. Fight well fought, life well spent, and work well done. Let us humbly pray that we may be given grace, strength, and wisdom to enable us perform our duty in the pathway of Biafra quest and of life's service. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of our peace. They were in love with the land of Biafra, and we are in love with life. For the agony and tears, the mothers and the fathers and the children who were massacred, we remember.
Remember.
Captain David Isha,
We remember.
Fedelis Ikwe,
We remember.
Mba Iroha,
We remember.
Sergeant Celeste Nukampo,
We remember.
Corporal Williams Olani,
We remember.
Innocent, P.T. Innocent,
We remember.
Corporal Josiah Onyejaka,
We remember.
W.O. Joseph Mba,
We remember.
Corporal Matthew Nju
We remember.
Sergeant Joseph Ibekwe,
We remember.
using the lights candle, raise it up facing the east. We say general response by all. May their courage be our inspiration and strength.
Say.
By the light of divine constancy shall they pass without fear in the face of our adversaries through the valley of the shadow, and at last shall receive our reward of true virtue, of truth and the honest, and inquire the possession of Biafra land and of an immortal inheritance. For death cannot keep us from the face of Chukwu Okike Abiyama,
Say.
who strong grip with free who grip will free us from Nigeria bondage and lift us out of shadows into the light that cannot die. In the numbers, towns and the villages in Nigeria and the rest of Africa and elsewhere in Europe and the Asia where we have lived in, too many of them we have endured. Cruel suffering died in the hands of our fellow human beings just because of who we are. We remember. Sergeant Afo Oboro,
We remember.
Sergeant Peter
We
Bassi,
We remember.
Robert Bassi,
We remember.
Sergeant Michael Uche,
We remember.
Sergeant Boniface Njemanze,
We remember.
Cobra Timothy Isi Anyi,
We remember.
Cobra Sunday Ama Oli,
We remember.
Cobra Anthony Ama Oli,
We remember.
Cobra Paul Udaku,
We remember.
Cobra Festus Nwa Odika,
We remember.
using a lighted candle, raise it up facing the east. We say, some we have forgotten, others are sealed in our memory. A wounded that does not heal. May their courage be our inspiration and the strength.
Say.
We remember the mother and the father of our director,
Say.
Eze I.O.
Okukano.
Okweze.
Generations of victims and martyrs. Still, their blood cries out from the earth. What can we say? What can we do? How do we bear the unbearable? Or accept what life has for our people? We know that all that was born must die. But how do we compare the slow passage of time with the callous slaughter and the starvation of millions of innocent Biafrans that were cut off before their time? They lived with faith and hope. Not all, but most. And surely most died with faith in God. In life, in the goodness that even flames cannot destroy, may we find a way to increase the strength of that faith, that trust, that sure sense that life and soul endure beyond this bodily death. We remember Corporal William Abata.
We remember.
Corporal Okori Abu,
We remember.
Corporal Wilfred Azubike,
We remember.
Corporal Reginald Green,
We remember.
Corporal Joseph Adaka,
We remember.
Lance Corporal Silas Ozomba,
We remember.
Lance Corporal Maurice Ibekwe,
We remember.
Joseph Ibekwe,
We remember.
Cornelius Iwoha,
We remember.
John Ekejuba,
We remember.
using a lighted candle, raise it up facing the east. We say, may their courage be our inspiration and strength. Almighty and most merciful Chukwukabiam, in whom we live and move and have our being, and before whom all men must hereafter appear to render an account of the deeds done in the body. We do most earnestly beseech thee to impress upon our minds the solemnities and the infamy of this day. May we ever remember that in the midst of life, we are in death. And the soul live and act our separate paths, that we may have no cause for sorrow or fear when the hour of departure is at hand. And on this, we commit our being in pursuit of Biafra nation, that the souls of those who have died may find rest in your presence. Oh, hey Biafra!
Oh, hey Biafra!
Oh, hey Biafra!
Oh, hey Biafra!